There it is.
Boom, boom! Boom, boom! We did it. Just the three of us.
And 3 years.
Nice. Yeah. What's up? What's up?
It's yo. Fucking welcome back on the show. Fucking, I think it was 2017 last one. Last one we did.
Winter Bash, the show we did at Joe Dog's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good time.
And yo, that was back in the day. And today we're gonna make this unforgettable, and we're gonna fucking interview their face off.
Let's go.
You see what I did there?
Interview your face off. I do. I see that.
And after it's all done, when they're thinking back on this interview, they're gonna have sweet dreams.
There you go. Someone's got to preview a sneak peek at the album, eh?
Oh, yeah, yo, I definitely been I checked it out, and I was listening to the old project today, another level, and I can definitely tell that you guys are on another level now.
That's old too, bro. But we appreciate that. We should have put that album out a while ago. We just been holding off. It's nice to get it out here now, finally, to be able to let you guys hear it.
Yeah, definitely a lot of progression, you know. And if it was a perfect world, which it never is, it would have been out a long time ago. And it's not just the pandemic, but you know, it's not like nothing ever got between the two of us. But there was life things that affected us from being apart for a little bit. We got past all of that. Nothing between, you know, partners and just the music still the same, still super tight, but life happens, right? And just coming back to it, it just, you know, this whole time over the years, it just felt unfinished. You know, there's a lot of unfinished business, and we should have got the music out a long time ago. Really happy to get it out now, but it's a blessing in disguise because, you know, we always relied on other people to get our music out and help us with it, and who's going to shoot our video, who's mixing it all down. And I think this time really forced us to say, you know what, we want to do this for ourselves. We want to be special. And we want to give back to the people that are listening to it. And, you know, we learned to shoot videos, and we learned to mix videos, and we learned to mix audio, and we learned to record audio. And so this is really, you know, really blessed to hear you love the progression, because this is really our heart and soul and our life's work finally all coming together, and really just us. And man, it's dope. It's been a hell of a ride.
Yeah, definitely. Like life happens with with all of us, and it's like when you see those people that are constantly grinding and constantly you're like yo, because you know life happens. You're like, man, these people are still out there doing this shit. And when people come back and they're certain people always come back because the love is always there. You know, I always see people taking breaks. Even me, I've taken breaks, and it's and life happens, and I got to do different things, and you know. Yeah,
you can't stop life, man. Life hits us all real hard sometimes, but we just deal with it and move on. You know, bygones, it's all good. Nothing, no bad past, nothing like that. Let's just do some good moving forward. Let's look out for the planet and look out for each other, right? Isn't that what it's all about?
For sure.
The pandemic definitely changed all of us. You know what I'm saying? And I'll let Chris, I'll let you jump in on this, but you know, this man was still working his ass off while I was slacking, right? So he's still getting out there. But what I find remarkable about the love we've been shown so far is, you know, we always pushed and grind, like you said, every outlet we could, just, you know, put our video up here. How are we going to get out there? How are we marketing ourselves? And to be honest, we did a lot less now than we ever did in the past to get out there. And it just shows the love we have and the following that we've grown over the years, because I can tell you the rate at which likes and views are coming in now, way more than we ever had before. And we've done a lot less from that standpoint in terms of marketing. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Sometimes when you're starting getting the ball rolling, even for me, for me, back in the day, it was so easy for me to book interviews and do things because I was on a roll of always doing shit. But when I first started coming back doing interviews, it wasn't that easy of getting people to come back on the show. But once it started rolling again, then it was okay, fucking. But once you have the ball rolling again, then all those other people from back when, they're like, oh shit, he's killing it again, and they'll just come right back, and and you don't have to put in as like because you already put in a foundation, you know, you're building something right now, and like no matter what, like those first couple of years of doing those shows and putting in all that work, like it's a foundation. Now we're building our first floors now. We have our, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
Sounds
yeah,
like
yeah.
you sounds like you took an elevator, man.
Absolutely.
You're being modest. I'm seeing those young Stitch and junk videos and all that popping up, man.
No
Good for you,
doubt.
man.
Legends, bro.
For
Happy to
sure.
be here.
For sure, for sure. But yeah, it's all about just building from the ground up and kind of like having you know, like always like kind of just reinventing yourself is like a huge thing. And with so why was you wanted to come back and say the first single was you'd be rapping your face off why was that the first single you're like, yo, I just want to tell these people like blah.
Why did we put that track out first?
Yeah.
Well, because it bangs so hard. Obviously, it's an awesome track. We wanted to catch everybody's attention right off the bat. Obviously, that's the first track off the album, and I wish I could say all the tracks bang that hard, but simply they don't. They're not all bad; they're all good. But I think that's one of the best tracks out that we have. So we wanted to put it out there, and I think we grabbed everybody's attention right away with it. I think it was a good move.
Yeah, it definitely hits hard. You know what I love about that track coming out first too is, you know, that intro. And that intro, man, like going through that radio dial, all those songs, it's the progression from, you know, Chris and I, man, I don't know what was that, 15, 16, like there's some pretty rough tracks in there, like, you know,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
the whole growth right through, right? And just that as that popularity grew and, you know, Hometown caught a lot of people's attention and we got mad views from that. And, you know, shout outs to our boy who shot that video for at EOD at 416 EOD. And yeah, that really was a big help to get us going. But, you know, just listening to that dial go through is this, and, you know, that, you know, some clips from that interview when we were with you, you know, that Joe Dogs,
Yeah.
it's that whole progression. And I think that, you know, that 30-second clip really just speaks to what we've done in the past and where we are now. And just speaks volumes about what that album is all about. So it's only fitting that song came out. Plus it's dope as fuck, man. And it's going to grab your attention. You know, the lyrics are on point and that beat fucking bangs.
For sure, for sure. And then we got Sweet Dreams with D Saint. What was it like collaborating with D Saint? I just had him on the show last week. You guys seen that?
I seen that, of course. D-Saint's awesome. D-Saint's the man. We get along really good with D-Saint, obviously. We've got a good vibe. He's on our album on 2 songs. We'll be releasing another song with him
Nice.
shortly in the future. We shot that video, in 2017 or something? I've been sitting on those video edits for a long time. Finally put it all together. And just working with D-Saint's awesome. He's such a happy-go-lucky guy. Everything's upbeat. Everything's good. Love it. You got to have a good attitude to hang around that guy.
Yeah,
That's
man.
all
Well,
I'll say.
he's inspirational, right? He keeps going.
Hell yeah.
And that attitude and that love follows him. Like the guy's been out in, I think he's out in PEI out east. He's been there for, you know, less than a year, I think. Like it hasn't been that long, but you know, there's video floating around of Pat State bigging him up and how important it is to get back to the old school. And you know,
Yeah, he's killing the Iron Mike Festival. He's about to perform tomorrow night, and hopefully, he takes that shit.
For sure.
He's up against some spitters, though.
Yeah, and he really should, man. I don't care what people say, man. Like, there's a ton of good music out there, but a lot of that good music isn't even like getting the place it should because we're too busy listening to, you know, audio effects and like what we're not and not understanding lyrics. Just the flow sounds good, the beat sounds good, but then you're saying shit, man. And hip hop is about the roots. It's where you came from. It's about sending a message, man. You know, and D Saint does that, man. I love him.
Yeah, one thing I want to know is like, have either one of you guys ever used this pickup line with a girl and said, "Yo, girl, my unit is live."
Ha! No, I've been married. I've been married since I've been in the unit, bro. That's funny though.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know, man. Sounds you want to get too close to say that to somebody during a pandemic just sounds like another reason to hit you, but it's funny as hell, man.
For sure, for sure. That
That's
definitely,
good, bro.
definitely like yeah, like yeah. So what like what has like the pandemic been for you guys like for me I was doing a lot of the interviews in person like prior to this, and then I kind of just had to kind of like I said reinvent myself, and I started doing them on live here, and it kind of like it really kind of like sparked my whole page back up. What are some differences for you guys like how things been different for you in the pandemic?
You want to go, Ryan? I'll go after.
Yeah, I mean, well, we're definitely working remotely ourselves, you know. And speak like we were just I've been talking to Breaking Records a little bit, Maloney, who you know really well, and I was
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
to Innes last night too, and just talking about getting together and doing some more promo and videos. And I'm like, yo, you know that Bristol pig roast is coming up. I can get out there and we'll let's shoot something off site. And he's like, well, I got a kid and like there's a pandemic and I don't even know if that's a good idea, and that's really what it's all about, man. We've got families now, we got people we care about that we got to be responsible for. And
for sure,
but I think, yeah, you're right. We've all just learned to work a different way. And it's, again, like I said, just the change and the progression through this time, and even the way that Chris and I are working now, to be honest, this stuff came out and got done a lot quicker than it ever got done before, like with like trying to get all those people involved. Like this just popped off, and it helps this guy's like, he's impatient as hell, but that's a driving factor,
Yep.
man, because without that we'd still be slacking, man. This guy pushes me, and he's a grinder. And yeah, it's a lot of text messages, it's a lot of phone calls, and it's a lot of emailing back and forth, and prepping art. But overall, it just really comes down to a lot more trust. And I think when you're working with artists and everyone has these like real solid opinions about what they want, because that everyone wants that creative edge, right? And really, what's made us like work so well and be friends for like what seems like 2 decades is, and it probably is that collaboration piece and working together. But there was always this thing, that creative struggle at times, right? Which direction we gonna go? But yeah, there's just a lot more trust now, and it's just like, yeah, man, that's a dope idea. Go with it. And like I said, man, it's working better than it ever has.
for sure. Chris?
So yeah, I agree with all that. Obviously, a lot of the working online is progressing. When the pandemic first hit, I got laid off of work. I'm a welder, so I have to work at my shop. I can't weld at home. I can't sit on the computer and do my job, unfortunately. So
Yeah,
when I first got laid off is what forced me to start doing them bugs in the basement videos I was doing last year. Um, I was sitting at my place doing nothing, so I put a makeshift studio together, little blue mic and my computer, and just started going to town. Started recording little videos with my buddies and doing it all online. Same thing like Ryan's saying. Just I did a video with my buddy in Seattle. He shot video at his end and sent it to me over the internet, and I pieced it together on my side for one of the Bugs in the Basement episodes. And hell, man, he got me the video easier than my buddy in Hamilton I was working with that I was waiting on the video for days. I'm going, bro, come on. I'm going to drive over with the USB stick. And he's all like, bro, really, I haven't shot the video yet. Like, and I'm like bro, like, come on. But my buddy in Seattle, right? No problem. Like, just over the internet, things are working crazy awesome now. And we're taking advantage of it.
So much quicker, right? Because like the momentum you were building over there in that basement is just phenomenal, and we're reaping the rewards of it now. Yo, D Saint's on here. He's watching right now. Mad love, D Saint. What up, homie?
yeah.
My boy. I almost flew out to see him this weekend. I messaged him on Wednesday morning, I think, and I said, bro, if I hop on a flight out there, can you get me into the show and host me up at your house for 2 nights? And he was like, fuck yes. The flights cost too much. I jumped the gun. I couldn't do it. I was so close, though.
Definitely, definitely, I'll get hyped for like some stuff like sometimes, and then like I'm trying to figure everything out, and I was like, fuck, can't afford that.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah. The flights was like 2 grand for 2 days for to
That's
go from
nuts,
Friday
man.
till Sunday. Yeah, it
Well,
was a little too much.
it costs more to see your own country than it does to go like into the
Yeah,
U.S. You could
no, no,
you
no,
could go
no,
to
no.
you could go to Vegas and back for a weekend for like a grand,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah, 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 yeah. But if I book in a month or two from now, it'll be like 100, 200 bucks. But because I want to go right now, they're jacked up the price on me.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do?
everyone, everyone wants their money. They've been missing out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
it's definitely not back.
Anyway.
It's definitely not back in the days prices. You know, it's definitely different. You know, for back in the days, I heard the Walkman reference, and I want to know if you guys actually know this. You know the gangster walk where people like keep the one leg straight. I actually think
Yeah.
it started. I actually think it started from the Discman because people would have this like
Not to skip your disc.
Anti-skip.
so you walk with your one leg straight because you wouldn't want to fucking have your shit skip.
Yeah, no
Actually,
doubt.
Yo, and
If you didn't,
the anti-shock
those
did nothing.
shockwaves, they still didn't do it. Yeah, no, they did shit.
right?
No.
You know, like
I
what?
don't know. I don't know what kind of Walkman you guys had, but I had that yellow. I think we all at one time had that. They upgraded the Walkman from like the fluffy headphones, and then you got
Yeah,
the
yeah.
yellow sport
Uh,
one with the rubber, the waterproof.
the
And it was like,
Shockwave?
Shockwave.
Shockwave, yeah,
Shockwave. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah, yeah, not,
yeah.
not waterproof
Yeah,
though.
yeah, we all have one of them, I'm sure.
For sure, for sure. What were the songs in that because back then like you had to have like like you really like chose your songs like because you had to rewind that shit, right? So now
Yeah.
now like everybody has like 1,000 songs in their shit. Like what were the songs for you guys that were like in those tapes?
Some of the tracks on my tapes would have been stuff like Method Man from Tikal days,
Mm,
stuff like MOP Annie Up, Wu Tang 36 Chambers stuff, Onyx stuff. That stuff would have been on my tapes back then, for sure.
Mm.
And then I also would have had mixtapes. I remember walking around with what was like a Walkman but had the little microphone on it and recording.
right?
We'd sit in the underground parking lot, Brant Upper Middle area, and we'd get the stereo going with some instrumental like MOP, Annie Up or
Yeah,
something, and we'd do the circle cipher. Well, then I'd bump that in my tape too. Stuff like that. We'd have
for sure.
old school ciphers that I thought were amazing, but they were garbage, like for sure.
Yeah, we all think they're amazing
But
at the
back,
time. We're like,
but back then it was like the best shit ever.
you know,
Yes.
you listen back to it later on, like me, yeah, but I want to hear what songs were for you and your tape.
Yeah, well, in terms of like switching back and forth and looking for that song, like, we all know that trick where you just like covered the top of your cassette with the tape
Yep.
so you can make your own mix and get your songs in order, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, good. I remember walking home to school, like from school back and forth, and just bumping to Cal like all day. And that recording was real rough. Like it belongs on a re-recorded cassette because the rougher you made it sound, the better it was. It was just all bass, right? And you put that to Cal like disc or album on now, it don't even sound the same coming through on digital. Like it's
Right.
just
Yeah.
it's meant to be like dirty like that, right? So that's a great call, but. Man, when I go back on cassettes, it was like, for me, I think when I really started like getting into music and rap and wanting to rhyme, it was like at that age where I was like young, man. Like I'm talking like 8, 9, and I wasn't writing raps and I couldn't rap, and the ones I tried were brutal and like crisscross comes out to me. I remember being in my garage and me and my buddies like wearing our clothes backwards and doing our own crisscross shit. But yeah, it was
Yeah.
like
I tried that
for
shit.
me the very first cassette I owned was Young MC, right? And even Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. I'm serious, man. I listen to Mark Wahlberg rap, you know.
Well,
And
that's a
that's what we're
good
making.
point.
Velvet DeVoe, Velvet
Yeah,
DeVoe, like yeah. So we're going way back, man. And that I used to write it that song that I loved and just practice it over and over and over, right? So
yeah.
yeah, first cassette was Young MC for sure.
I think one of the early cassettes I had was the Dangerous Mind soundtrack.
Coolio.
That Coolio and shit. And like I remember like how like people used to make tapes make albums to the tape like the Method Man and Redman when like that whole the cow the Shaolin the bricks that was the second half of the tape like when you flip the tape so it's like a whole other intro within within the middle of the album so it's like when people listen to the CD they don't really tell but like when that was the point when like you actually flip the tape.
No shit,
Yeah,
right? No
Yeah.
shit.
yeah, absolutely. Have a whole different album on the other side.
Yeah, man, we can. Yeah, we're just getting into some crazy. We can talk about this stuff all day, man, because there was a lot of cassettes. Holy shit, reminiscing, man, reminiscing, and you keep saying back in the day, and that's that's we're holding off on putting that song out. You've heard it,
That's that video we just shot, right?
yeah. And we talk about reminiscing. We talk about Walkmans, and I don't know if you caught it. Like there's a lot of samples in there I can't get cleared, and I don't give a shit, man. Like it's just like we're just showing like there's roots behind that music, right? And some of the
Sure.
hip hop's all about like pulling those lines out or those samples and shit. And I actually pulled real lines out. Wasn't biting. It's like one or two words, but I put that sample in there too. Just wanted to show, man. Like we've been around for a while. We've been listening, and I think that really speaks. Like we're talking about back in the day, and that's our whole life on that track, man. I love it. We even got like the kids rolling in there that are, it's today. It's everything we work for is it's now, and but it came from somewhere, man. So that's a big track to look for, man. Back in the day, we're holding on to it for a reason. And our boy Chris Hatchie, we've worked a lot with him with beatboxing. He's put us on a couple shows, and yeah, he's again, it's like we talk about giving back and working with people remotely that we haven't seen in a long time. This guy's driving down like 2 hours to work on video because he wants to build a portfolio, and it's dope, and I can't wait to get that shit out. It's fucking awesome.
So like how was you guys process for like finding beats?
There's a
Or,
lot of
like,
scrounging the internet and stuff, and looking for stuff that not everybody else all can get a hold of, right? Like, we used to do that whole pop it on YouTube and grab that free beat, but a lot of people are using that, so we got to go a little bit deeper and find some stuff that's a little more unique. Um,
maybe
getting the licensing and exclusive rights and making sure that our videos aren't going to get taken down off of YouTube is it's pretty important. So
yeah,
countless
like,
hours.
hold on, with the whole like downloading the beats and stuff like that. I've actually been to a show and like two rappers rapped over the same beat that actually got on the internet, and like it was like yo like two different guys showed up and didn't know each other's sets, but like because like people just get the same beats off the internet.
Wow.
Both these guys had like the same beat, and it was kind of like it was so weird. But yeah, like you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. So when we're going in through that route, it's like grabbing a catalog of like 200, 400 beats and just finding the one. But we've done that. We've done that grabbing a beat, but that other people may have. But like we used the Kevin Gates beat, but that was way back in the day. It's not in the new album, but that was just that shit bangs, and people know it's that beat, so it's not like we're trying to hide it. But
Right.
yeah, it's really just kind of going through. I think Chris here though has got like he's got some unique beats that I believe people are making and producing for him. So with like Jerry Luder and those boys, yeah.
Some of them I just take from the internet. Myself, I just use some people's instrumentals and I credit them on the song. I give my music away for free, so I'm not worried about much at that point.
Yeah, and if
Sometimes,
you're doing a project is one thing, but Bugs is over here, like this guy's like dropping like shit on a daily basis, whether it's a freestyle or not, man. Like nobody's running around with a catalog of 6,000 beats, so.
yeah. No, we definitely have some beats. Wrap Your Face Off we bought and paid for. A bunch of the beats on the album are taken care of like that in that order. But there's a bunch of my stuff on my YouTube page that just beats off the internet. I work a lot with guy Nupal Beats. I don't buy any of his beats, but we got a really good relationship. I use all his beats. I leave his tags on my beats. We talk all the time. He's got a huge following, and he really likes our music. So I like keep in touch with him, and I'm actually thinking about seeing if he wants to master my next project that I got going on with his beats. For some reason, his beats have always spoke to us. I think you might remember like the song "Scars." That beat was Nupo Beats. The song we have coming up with D Saint called "See You Again" is a Nupo Beats Productions beat. There's many beats we've used.
That's like different for us too, man. You know, you talk about Newpol, and like Scars was like, you know, talking about like depression and shit, some real shit, like real life stuff, and See You Again's the same way. So yeah, shout out to Newpol, man, because that guy brings out the real emotion in us, not just rapping and rhyming, you know, like real life shit, man.
His beats talk to me. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like when I first started out making songs and stuff like that, and just same thing, like finding producers online and shit like that. And there was a couple of producers that I found like that I was like, oh shit, like these beats like bring out something in me, so I'm sticking with certain producers and getting a hold of them and like, yo, how do you feel about there's this guy Proverbs from Rhode Island, and he's a very religious guy, and I did a bunch of songs over his beats, and he was like, yeah, no problem, you can use them, all that. And I actually asked him what he thought. He's like, oh, the flows are really nice, but he was like really a religious guy, so he didn't, he wasn't really into some of the stuff I was saying.
Yeah, that's cool.
But like he appreciated me like showing love, and I always put like produced by
right.
Yeah, but you can't just pick a beat and say that's the beat I'm gonna write a song to and do it. You can't. You got to take the time to like go through catalogs, listen to them all, find the ones that speak to you. And on this project, you know, one of the things I'm most proud of is you know, not just taking the beat for what it is. Like you know, we took the time to, you know, find the samples and find like there's a lot of record cuts on there and just like adding to what was already there. So we used a lot of the beats as a basis, you know, the foundation. But you know, based off of what rhymes were dropped and the way I was recorded, like if you really want to get that emphasis and you really want to grab people's attention, like you got to add more to it and you got to put your own flair in it. So, you know, when you're listening to the album, it's not just the beat we got. Like we put a lot of heart and soul into it and added our own elements and we gave it life, man. So, you know, we're not showing up to a show where someone else is using the same beat as us, but if they did, you're not going to know. It ain't the same beat, man.
Yeah, it's like you put your own flavor on it, and like me like the same thing like when like back like when I was doing more music, and it was like it's like listening to what the beat is actually saying, you know, like because the beat is telling a story itself. Like,
okay, I'm sorry to cut you off. I've been doing something here. I might have looked a little off here. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've been putting together. I've been putting together something special.
Okay.
Ryan, he's making music in the middle of an interview.
I haven't crossed your path with this yet, but you want to give them a little sneak of the video that we just recorded? I got it all up on the TV ready here.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Yeah, you do.
Let it go. Let it go.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
You can't hear the beat too good on that, Chris, man, but
Yeah.
you can feel the beat and the flow, the vibe. You know, it's funny you're talking about
that vibe.
yeah, and you're talking about like beats and listening and having it speak to you. And I was listening to your interview with Young Stitch, you know, and it's like you asked him what came first. Was it the verse or the hook? You know, and both are important. But you know, if you're sitting there and that verse speaks to you,
oh shit,
if that verse speaks to you, you start feeling that melody, right? When you get in those soulful things, and if that melody comes first and the hook comes first, then yeah, I just thought that, you know, when he said that, it speaks volumes, man. That's really how it goes. Some days you're just writing rhymes. Sometimes the music comes in and tells you what to put down on paper. So
For sure, for sure. Yeah, like definitely like even I remember like when I first like moved out from home and like back when like regular cable was a thing. Like I actually used to put on the Jazz Cafe on Rogers and just like and just write to that because like I felt like man like some of that shit would like just tell me stories like and I'm like oh shit like fucking you know.
well, yeah, no, there's not an MC out there that didn't take the Peace Instrumentals disc. Remember that?
Yeah, no doubt.
will.i.am had one, Pete Rock had
Yeah.
one, and like, tried to write over that shit, you know?
Yeah.
The Dilla donuts. Yeah, like Dilla, the Pete Rock one.
Jay Dilla was
Yeah.
another, yeah, Jay Dilla, will.i.am, and then Pete Rock are the ones that really stand out to me. I know there was a couple more.
For sure, for sure. So is there anybody like new that you guys feel? Do you guys feel like some new raps? Like we were talking about like back in the day, but is there anybody like out now that you're like, oh shit, like this guy's killing it?
Oh, like who I'm listening to now?
Yeah.
Oh man, okay. Couple artists I really, really like. Chris Webby, obviously. He's killing it, Locksmith. I also really like Nino Bless.
Oh,
I don't know if you know who he is.
If you don't know Nino Bless, you got to look at that, man. That guy's next level. Next level.
He's dope, yeah. Yeah, I really like him.
Yo, he's actually working with Atmosphere right now. If you remember Atmosphere.
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's different, man. That guy kills it. He's got shit to say.
And then for Canadian man, like I love Luncheon Poets, I love Junk, and I love Mercules and Snack. Like those guys are all killing it. Breaking Records, obviously we have long time ties with Breaking Records. They produced our Ryan Innes completely mastered and mixed and recorded our second album. A couple songs off the first album. And we were actually, before we took our little break and hiatus, the third album was supposed to be mastered by Innes, but unfortunately we never got it out to him, and we took care of it ourselves at this point. But I mean, we've been around with Breaking Records. Those guys are awesome for a long time. Maloney and Oasis are killing it with their raps.
Big shout out to Breaking Records, like the whole Breaking Records.
Man, their contest, I know they got another one coming, and I'm going to rape another Oasis beat. Come on.
The guy's got rhymes, man. The guy's got bars. Punchlines are on point. And Maloney's like releasing his old catalog. I don't really remember what the series of it is called. It's called 28 Bars or something like that.
Yeah, Behind Bars.
Is that right?
Behind Bars, yeah. Behind Bars. He releases like a rap every month.
Man, he just dropped one the other day. That shit's ridiculous, man. It's insane. Fuck.
He's a beast.
Yeah,
for sure.
For
a lot of shit going on now, like the verses is a really big thing. Like is there anybody like out there that you guys would consider like you know how they issued the logs and like
go toe to toe with?
Yeah.
They weren't really going toe to toe, man. It was pretty lopsided.
yeah. But,
wait, would we be Locks or fucking
Dipset?
Because I don't know, man. Seriously though,
but I'm saying, is there a duo around that you guys would consider like like this would be a good show?
Is there a duo around? I don't know too many duos. There's Brothers Grimm, who we almost got down on a track with, but we fucked that up.
Not really.
We just lost their verses.
that track "Wrap Your Face Off" was supposed to have them on in our hiatus. During that whole hiatus. Yeah, we kind of fucked that, and
we lost those verses.
I lost 3 tracks, but that's the one I couldn't recover.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but they're working. They are still working on it. Cripple says he's got it still, but we'll see.
Okay, okay. So yeah, so
I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and say we're gonna go toe to toe with anybody out there. Like it's not
No.
about that. But what when you're talking about guys around here that deserve a lot of love, like I give a lot of respect to what LT the Monk is doing. Like really, really good, and the marketing behind him. He's on Sonic Onion Records now, which is that's sick, right? I love it, and guys like K Triggs and Lucky and D Sane, and it's
Of course.
it's even too bad that Ghost Gang isn't still going because I think perspective isn't rhyming no more. But
Young Wavy.
to see Wavy still going, and so what I would say is, I wouldn't go like I don't want to go toe to toe and like kill somebody in a rap, and I think like the Locks and Dipset have a lot of respect for each other. So I would love to go toe to toe in a showcase where, going back and forth is just real cohesive and we're both shining and showing a lot of love. So I would take any of those people I just mentioned and do it. Yeah, but there's a lot of dope MCs out there. Like Young Stitch is just killing it, right? And he had that collab with Junk, and now he's got that collab with Casper, Marcus, and so to get to sit go. Don't say toe to toe because Young Stitch will just bury me, man. I got bars for days. I'll tell you right now, man. Nobody in the game can top that guy. But if we were to do that versus with them and just like feed off each other's energy, man, that'd be the ultimate for me.
like some of the verses, like the Lost one and like the Dipset one was very like one sided, but like the Method Man and Redman one was like
That was a show of a lifetime.
Yeah.
right.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was such a good show, and that would be hype, that sort of thing. Exactly. I think that's what Ryan is getting at, having a show where they back and forth and feeding off each other's energy like that. If Ghost Gang was still together, we could totally do that with those guys. We worked well with them too.
Yeah.
We do still have a song coming with Young Wavy on it. Do It Like You, also with Suspect from Marmella Entertainment. That song's on the album coming up. So
every track except Wrap Your Face Off, which was supposed to have Brothers Grimm, but other than back in the day, every track on this album is a collab because, like I said, we wanted to put everything we've been doing and our all of our work in it together, and we wanted to bring people along with us. We're not about getting up and versing people, man. We're about bringing people along with us and collaborating. Just making
do it for the people.
Yeah, when I was watching the Method Man and Redman one, like I had so much respect, and like I realized how humble he is for Method Man when Redman did the Superman Lava and he had the cape and Method Man was behind him like waving the cape the whole time man, I was like, yo, that right there is like fucking true showmanship, like fucking.
Yeah, that was such a good show. I'll never forget that. That was awesome. When Method Man broke out the weed box for him for his birthday with all the different weeds in it. Oh yeah, like yeah, I want that box.
Definitely.
Yeah, and if you watch like back in the day, MTV Cribs, even like you watch the Redman one, and there's like they're walking around the house, and there's like a dude just like sleeping on the floor, right? And like that guy produces his music and shit, and really like you see a lot of these battles and a lot of fronting, man. But really, you're not gonna get anywhere unless you're networking and you're working with people. And that Cribs show really highlights that. Like these people they're real people, man. They have a house that like you and I, they get up, they work, and you got to grind late nights and you got to crash on people's couches sometimes, man. So you need allies, man, not enemies.
For sure. Like a lot of people like see like this show and they're like, oh man, you've had everybody on the show, but like, yeah, I slept on everybody's couch too.
Yeah, no doubt,
right? Like people don't see that part of it, right? Like, but like I don't care. I'll definitely say it. I've slept on like mad people's couches and shit like that. Like fucking definitely.
Right. That's awesome.
It's definitely part of the grind. Like fucking if you haven't slept on somebody else's couch, I don't know if you are really gonna make it.
Absolutely, I hear you, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Definitely. Do you guys got any questions for me?
Well, what do you got coming up next, man? Because I see, like I said, we were talking about this pandemic, and we all kind of just we all just kind of disappeared a little bit. Kind of, it was a little tough, and obviously all of us were in the background doing some work, and now, it's really cool to see like Innes messaged me last night, and I'm just like sitting, and he's like, "Yo, man, where you been? I hear you're back. What's going on? Send me some music." And then I get, I'm like reaching out and texting people, and then I'm getting like voicemails from like Maloney, and like, even back in the day, it was just said like everybody's just on the comeback, man. I see you're on the comeback. You're doing bigger and better than ever. So where are you taking this?
Yeah, you haven't stopped, Eddie. I see you dropping almost every day, if not every day. I try to watch your videos and like them.
Like for me, I have a back catalog of interviews that I've been cutting clips from. So like I've been putting like on my YouTube like a clip every day, like
right.
And I'm starting back on these interviews every week, and I got episode 100 coming up.
Wow, nice.
I've been numbering them, and I got one more to book to get like 99. Then after that, like my messages like of people that I'm going to try and get. I want to get somebody when I drop this flyer for episode 100. People be like, "Oh shit, Eddie G got this guy, like, or this person, or
right."
I want to be like, he'll be like, "Oh shit, like Eddie G, like
I gotta watch this." Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, this whole thing, like with having like so like Instagram has like so you can have 4 people, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about doing like a podcast, every like maybe every month, and like
Okay.
I'll have me and 3 other people, but we won't be talking about like it won't be like interview style. It'd be like just like
Right.
a podcast on just topics and stuff like that. And I want to have different people, like, and I'll definitely have you guys on that as well. Like we'll mix it up. Maybe like one week we'll have one of you, another week we'll have one of you, and then we'll have 2 other people, and we'll just talk about we'll just talk about random shit, because like for me like what's really kind of like pushed my brand to another level is like having different topics, like the interviews are great, finding out about the artist and like and their music, but like when people can find out about like the stuff like they're like who they are like outside the music, it kind of like really separates like, and like people can become like big fans of them.
You can connect on another level.
Yeah,
other than just the music. Yeah, I can relate to you because we can do the same sort of shit. I hear what you're saying, brother. Everybody out there, everybody's not a rapper, but like, right? Oh, for sure.
But when we talk about food, everybody eats.
Yeah.
When we talk about other things, like, and I also at some point I'm going to bring back Cooking with Eddie G.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
Miss that, man.
Yeah,
you gotta get Serge Ibaka in there with you, man, so we can watch you eat some fucking beef penis and some shit, some snake. You see how angry Kevin Durant was when he fed him snake, man? He was pissed.
I don't want to watch you eat snake, bro. I'm good.
but also another idea for that, like people have brought up mad suggestions and shit like that. And I was even thinking, like, it might even be better for me have a whole show cooking for Eddie G. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I can cook this, I can cook that. And like,
tell them how it tastes.
And like me, like I just love to go to people's houses and eat their food,
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? That sounds awesome.
That cook battle is a great angle, man, because when you're interviewing, you got to be like, no matter who you're talking to in the game, you got to be like real respectful. You're like, yeah, that's dope. That's dope. You can't lie when you put shitty food in your mouth. You know what I mean? I don't know what you're thinking.
Right? Like the camera's right on me. Like I can't fake the reaction of like yo, this food is trash right here. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta spit it out. You gotta spit it out when it's that bad, right?
Yeah. One of my funniest moments doing the cooking show was so I was doing the breaded shrimp, and like a lot of those episodes I had never actually cooked those meals before filming it. So like I actually had an idea from like watching videos. So that one, it told me to put the oil up like super high on the heat. So I ended up dropping like the shrimp in there, and they burnt instantly. And then like I smoked up my whole house and fucking and I was like super pissed, and I was like, fuck, like fucking, like I just fucked up this episode, and I wasn't gonna put it out. And then I'm going for a walk. I chilled out, and I came back and was like, yeah, I'm gonna show them the burnt food, and then just kind of like keep the episode going.
Right.
And like people love that part of it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Great angle.
It's real like that.
Yeah, instead of MTV Cribs and showing how much everyone's balling, you can show how much we all fucking struggle on a day-to-day basis, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that right there is true. Like, what do you guys actually think about because a lot of times like people on social media only show their wins. Me, like I've actually shown like I've like and said some things on like social media like shows that I'm not actually perfect. And that's rare. What do you guys think about that? Like people always just showing their wins, and it's rare that people actually show like their whole their flaws. Yeah.
I think it's kind of like it's like when you say hello to somebody, how you doing and stuff. You don't really want them to tell you they're not doing well. You just want them to tell you they're fine, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's just like overall, it's just fine. It's just fine, but it's not fine. You got to do something about it, right? Like somebody's got to step up and say something. Like especially with the times they are now, a lot of people are struggling, being stuck inside and stuff like that, and nobody wants to admit they need the help. So sometimes it takes somebody to admit they're doing it, they're having issues, they're having problems, for somebody beside them, close to them, to see that, okay, well, if they're admitting it, maybe I should tell somebody that I need help too. Like, unfortunately, enough of us don't do that. I'm not all up on the internet telling people that I'm struggling. I'm usually posting my wins, I guess. I post everything I do, and they're not all wins, though, bro. Some of my videos are losses, for sure. But I don't care. I do it all for fun. It's just, it is what it is. But, if anybody can help by doing what you're saying, that's awesome, because people everywhere needs the support right now. We need to work together as people and look out for the animals and the planet overall, or we're all fucked.
Yeah.
And people, I think you can just connect on another level with people that are being real. And you hear a lot of, even like there's a lot of people growing up trying to be someone that they're not. When you think about the youth of today, right, they're all living on devices and seeing this like glitz and glam and glory, and I can be rich being a YouTuber. Like, yeah, no, the people that you're seeing on YouTube are rich being a YouTuber, and that's a select few. And so to have people out there real to really show how it is and connect to, I think is really important, because there's a lot of issues out there that our kids today don't deal with, and it can end up pretty tragic. And like Bugs is saying, like today it's even harder with like being locked up and shit. And you really got to get back to the things that are important in life, whether it's family or working on yourself, And I think to be real and give these kids someone to connect to, rather than, and nothing against like Jake Paul's a successful guy. The guy knows how to fucking market himself and get people to watch and get attention. But, to think you're going to grow up and be like that, or, being a fucking whatever it is, and obnoxious, or trying to be just anything you're not, it's not real, because, a lot of this, that's a business plan. And these people are doing this stuff to get the views, but it's the way the world works, man. But yeah, you're right. If we can be real and get people to look at it and say, you know what, man, I'm like that too, or it's okay to be who you are and not someone else, super important. It's very helpful, especially for the youth, man.
Like me, and another thing now, I was just talking to somebody I worked the other day about this, how weird it is for like certain people at certain ages now dealing with this whole COVID thing. Like me, I'm 36. So like I already went through my 20s, my high school time, like in regular life. But like I couldn't even imagine like being like turning 19 and like it being COVID. Like at 19, I was at the bar, fucking sweating beside people, fucking wilding out. In high school, like
sleeping on somebody's floor 4 days straight.
Yeah, I was really wilding out, and I was out there, and everybody was out there, and like I couldn't even imagine being like different ages now. Like imagine like being like in like high school, like during fucking
Right.
like that, like this whole shit would just fuck up your whole shit, right?
I hear you, man. Like I've got a child who's like, getting into the teenage years, right? He just turned 13, and he
Yeah.
was locked up from like 11 and a half to 13, right? And that social development piece it's crucial, man. You can sit and read a book all day, but if you can't get out in that world and apply yourself and be confident in the world, it's gonna be a struggle, man. And so yeah, you're right. Like it's tough, man. You got to be out. You got to experience life. You got to go out. You got to make mistakes. You got to see what you like, what you don't like. It's the only thing that's going to make you who you are. But it's definitely been a challenge. But I think we're pulling out of it a little bit, or at least we've learned to adapt as humans, man. That's what we do the best, right? That's why we survive.
Definitely. So, is there any last things you say? Like, do you have a date on when the whole project's dropping, or?
We're just planning on releasing a song every week right now till the project's out, and then before the project's completely finished being out that way on YouTube, we'll probably release the rest of it all on Bandcamp. The whole album will be there. I believe that's the plan. We're right, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when that's ready, we'll let people know that the link will be available for download there. Other than that, I'll just be posting a song every week on YouTube. A couple more videos to come, one for sure, maybe two more. We're working on getting another one done, and a few songs to go. We got a lyric video that'll be coming, and
just sitting here actually, B-Ran, a buddy with K Triggs and LT and shit, just reaching out to me talking about, yo, we're gonna do this video or what? So. You know what? It's just really about having fun with it, but yeah, putting that music out every week I think is really cool because we're gonna get through like 2.5 months of just like constant music, and it's really just about enjoying it. What's next? I don't know, man. We'll see where it goes. We've talked a little bit about getting back and just doing a new track after taking so much time off, because I think it'll be totally different and something that's really unexpected.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see where we go for now, but really right now it's just about enjoying it, and we're getting joy out of watching other people enjoy it on a level that they never have before. Because, like I said, the viewership and the interaction has just been it's another level, man. It's another level from what we ever experienced before, and I don't even know if we really expected it. We were doing it for ourselves, but it seems people are happy we're doing it for them too.
Shit, yeah. Fucking right, man. Fucking So like, I definitely want you guys to have a great weekend. Fucking, and like, all luck. And I'm gonna be messaging both of you and have you both on the podcast that I got coming up. And
okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good, homie. I got one more thing. I want to thank my homie. Scripps at Crow Media. He's been doing all our artwork for us. He really hooks me up with some good deals. He'll take care of anybody who needs artwork, obviously, but that's my homie at Crow Media, Scripps.
Yeah, that shit pops, man. Scripps. I don't talk to him. That's his link, but I gotta tell you, Scripps, if you're watching, man, that shit is fucking popping, man. It just in your face. It's so nice. So nice.
Eddie G, thank you so much, bro. We really appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. All right.
Yeah.
Peace.